So today was the Packers' first day of minicamp, which means we have some updates from exactly what happened today. So I want to share some different insights from different reporters and sort of give my take on what happened today at Packers minicamp. So I thought today would be easier to show you guys my screen right here. This is from my newsletter I put out about an hour ago. So if you are subscribed, you already got this sent to you. But first off here, let's look at how Jordan Love performed today at practice. So this is from Bill Huber of Sports Illustrated. He shared this a little later today in an article. And here is what Bill Huber had to say. With practice conducted inside the Don Hutson Center due to the day-long rain, the only live sessions were a pair of 7-on-7 periods. In the first, Jordan Love went 1 of 6 in the red zone. Love wasn't great, but the coverage was tremendous. Next was a third down period. Love was 5 of 6 for at least 4 first downs. He should have been 6 of 6 for at least 5 first downs, but A.J. Dillon dropped a pass in the flat on the final play. Added together, Love was 6 of 12, 1 drop. During the third down period, Christian Watson blew past Jair Alexander up the left sideline, and Love ripped an absolute dart to Watson for what would have been a 90-some-yard touchdown. So it seems to me the big theme from OTAs and this first day of Packers minicamp is that Jordan Love has been a little bit inconsistent. He's made some great plays. He's made some not-so-great plays. And I think that's sort of what you would expect from a first-year starter here in Green Bay, especially when you add in the fact that lots of these receivers here, outside of Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Samori Toure, lots of these other guys and tight ends are first-year players. So there's that chemistry they're having to build together. And so 50% completion percentage today, and clearly when it's minicamp, it's only June. They're not practicing in full pads, and so we still can't really take what we see here from practice and fully know what Love's going to look like in the season. We can take some takeaways from these things and have maybe a few more opinions on Jordan Love, but I still think until we see him in preseason and once the season comes around, we just don't know. So he had some nice plays today, had some not great plays today, and that's sort of how the day was for Love. Now here's some other takeaways, and this is from, as I said, Packers beat reporter Bill Huber. I have here the bullet points and then a little bit of my takeaways under each. So Anders Carlson, Packers kicker, made 5 of 6 field goals in the 41 to 54 yard range. So of course now with Mason Crosby no longer here, it looks like 6th rounder Anders Carlson, brother of Raiders kicker Daniel Carlson, is going to be the next kicker here in Green Bay. And there has been some debate as to, he had some issues with accuracy in college. I think he made about 71% of his kicks, but he dealt with lots of injuries. I believe the last year of college, he had a brace on his knee. And so now the Packers have said that he no longer needs this brace, and it looks like the Packers are hopeful for what he can be. Then we have cornerbacks Jair Alexander and Rasul Douglas show up to mandatory minicamp after missing a majority of voluntary OTAs. So both Alexander and Douglas made the decision to skip lots of OTA practices, which were voluntary. They decided, I assume, to work out privately. But it's good to see them there, finally back with the rest of the team, so that's awesome. And then we have some players that sat out because of injuries. Rashawn Gary, Eric Stokes, Dallin Levitt, Jake Hansen, Tyler Davis, Grant Dubose, and Chris Slayton. There's definitely still some uncertainty there with Gary's ACL tear from last season. Hopefully he's back week 1, but we'll have to wait and see there. Eric Stokes suffered that ankle injury last year. It's a little concerning he's not back yet after it being a while, but clearly it was a pretty serious injury, so we'll keep an update, or we'll sort of monitor how he looks going forward, and hopefully he'll be ready for training camp. The rest of the guys, there haven't really been specifics on these players, and we'll maybe see if they'll be back sometime soon. And now we have here the number 1 offensive line. Left tackle, David Bakhtiari. Left guard, Elton Jenkins. Center, Josh Myers. Right guard, John Runyon. And right tackle, Zach Tom. So the only really position here that's been fluctuating when it comes to the starting offensive linemen has been right tackle. Zach Tom has gotten some time there, as well as Yosh Nijman. But it looks like left tackle, left guard, center, right guard so far have been pretty consistent with those guys there almost every single time the starters have been out there. It's been those guys. So right tackle, we'll see if it's Zach Tom or Yosh Nijman. But Zach Tom played really well in his rookie season as a 4th rounder, and it's possible he beats out Yosh Nijman, who the Packers brought back on a 1-year deal, and we'll have to keep an eye on that one. And then finally here, the starting secondary, Jair Alexander and Rasul Douglas outside at cornerback. Now with them back, they can finally be out there. Keyshawn Nixon in the slot, and then Darnell Savage and Rudy Ford at safety. And there was news earlier today, Adrian Amos was signed by the New York Jets, so the Jets get another former Packer player joining Aaron Rodgers. I made a video on that earlier today. But with Amos officially gone, it seemed like he wasn't coming back for sure. But now with him on another team, it's completely official. There's no chance he comes back. It looks right now like Savage and Rudy Ford seem to be the favorites here to be starters at safety. Tarvarius Moore has made some nice plays from what I've seen, and we'll have to keep an eye on that battle as well. But those are the biggest takeaways. If you guys want to subscribe to my Packers email newsletter, feel free to click the link down below. I also have an NFL newsletter I've been sending out every morning, breaking down the biggest news from the prior day in the NFL. So you can check that one out too. I'll leave that link down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.